Hey guys, welcome to the Gamers Rundown. I am Dirty Work 75 here with the boss man himself, Gallifrey Madman, here for another episode of Fun and Frolics, bringing you up to speed with what's going on in the gaming world, our opinions and our views, and hopefully a little bit of education coming your way. How you doing, Gally?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Another week gone by, and I don't know. It's been kind of quiet lately in the gaming world. I think pretty much most of the attention nowadays is being taken up by the argument of whether you like the fact that the new Doctor is a woman or not.
This is what I was going to ask you. I was going to get your raw, thing on this, because I saw this on the news yesterday, and the actress is obviously the Doctor. It's very pretty and what have you. And as soon as I saw it, I was sat with the missus, and I thought, Gally's going to flip. He's going to flip a female Doctor. But then I kind of think they're making a big deal out of this, and maybe we are, but in talking about it, but it seems to be that, you know, when you take a break from the norm, and we were talking about comics and stuff last week, it generates this kind of buzz, and there might be a few hardcore ones, maybe yourself, that don't agree with the Doctor being a female, and maybe the ones that go, well, actually no, it's quite a change, a bit of eye candy possibly, and she might bring something else to the role. I mean, obviously your view here is going to be paramount because you are a hardcore Doctor Who fan.
Oh, I'm a Whovian through and through.
Is that the technical word? Is that a Whovian?
Yep.
Okay, easy. Gally the Whovian. So you have obviously an opinion on this more than I will, mate. So the floor is yours. What do you think?
I have been watching Doctor Who for 40 years. I have loved this show since I was a kid. I've loved it all the way from when I started watching it with Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor. And of course, I later caught up on the earlier stuff with Pertwee and Patrick and all them. But I'm very happy about the news, to be honest with you. I think it's a long time coming. I think it should have been done before. Should it have been done before Capaldi? I don't know. But it's definitely something that has been referenced in the past, that the Time Lords aren't restricted to gender, which there's only two of. And, it's just my only concern is in this day and age with all of the SJW bullshit going on out there. Mm-hmm. Was it because it's something that has been being asked for and it's something that it's well overdue, or is it because the BBC is placating? That's my concern.
I think this is something across media as a whole, is production companies, movies, television, whatever. There is a pressure, and also the current climate was going on now about, equal pay and equal attention on the screen and what have you. Is it down to pressure? Is it that's why they've done it, or is it purely just because it's about time? We think she can bring something to it. I mean, will she have a male sidekick as opposed to a female sidekick?
The Doctor's always had both.
So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. There seems to be a kind of a trend going on just now, whether it's the big movies or the small screen, where roles are getting swapped out, gender, race, and everything else like that.
The race thing started long ago.
Yeah.
When you had Will Smith come in to play the iconic James West role. I mean, so it's nothing new, changing up genders or race.
Do you not think it can actually create more negativity by? I mean, there's certain groups out there that take it and they grab it by the balls and they throw it with a little bit of a twist, and they actually create media and they create news, but not necessarily in a positive nature. I think in some cases that can be more damaging to, I suppose, their cause, if you like, than just taking it as it is.
I don't know. I think it's just being blown way out of proportion. I think the whole thing needs to be judged on the piece of work. Now, whether she, here's the thing. Capaldi was fantastic as the Doctor, but the problem he had in some of his stuff was the writing. The writing wasn't really up to snuff, and that's mostly why Stephen Moffat's leaving, is because he's kind of just he's at that point to where he's just running out of ideas, and he's just trying to I don't know what the words I want to use are, but he's just trying to get by. But now they're bringing in this new guy. His name escapes me right now, but he's worked with Jodie Whittaker on Broadchurch with David Tennant, as well, who is also the 10th Doctor. Now, he knows Doctor Who. He's a fan of Doctor Who. And he's been writing some fantastic stuff for Broadchurch for 3 seasons now. So I think we're going to get some really good new stuff with him. And I think we're going to get back to probably some of the later Russell T Davies stuff, because Russell T Davies wasn't all that great to me. I mean, there was some good stuff with Eccleston as the Doctor, but Russell T Davies didn't really hit his stride until probably the 2nd season of Tennant's run. And then he faded off, and Moffat came in with Matt Smith, and now Moffat wrote some of the stuff for Russell T Davies, a few episodes, but then he came in and he started off with a bang, and he went right through the whole Matt Smith stuff, and it was like we had this huge story arc that just went for several seasons, and then I think he was just out of ideas. So now we're here. We are. We got somebody with something new, something fresh. We know he can make compelling stories, especially with Broadchurch. So I think we're in good hands, and he's worked well with Jodie Whittaker, and she had a fantastic part in the first several seasons, or I think she was only in the first 2 seasons of Broadchurch. I don't remember in the 3rd season, but
I haven't watched it.
But she's a fantastic actress. She has the chops to pull it off. She can be. Now, what kind of Doctor they're going to have, are they going to make her funny? Are they going to make her witty? Are they going to make her angry? You don't know, but I know she can play angry because she was a pissed off mother of a murdered child in Broadchurch.
I mean, like anything, she deserves the chance.
Yes,
and
she does.
I think this is where sometimes hardcore fans can get a little too defensive. It's like someone smacking their child. When things don't go their way, and she's not, at least she's an accomplished actress. She deserves it, right? Yeah. And we're not talking like just one episode and then taking to social media and slamming her. She's got to settle into the role. People have got to get used to having different multiple TV series throughout the globe, right? Throughout the decades, have done character changes where the first 2 seasons it'll be an actor and actress, and then the 3rd season starts. You're a couple of seasons episodes in before you realise they've actually changed the actress. They've done it in Game of Thrones, and that hasn't stopped anybody being a massive fan of that TV show. Yeah. So yeah, she definitely deserves the.
Look what they did with all kinds of shows. I mean, even back in the day, Bewitched. Darren wasn't the same Darren.
Yeah.
You had 2 different Darrens. Yeah, I mean, you've always done this stuff. They've always done this stuff in shows. Yes, it hasn't been as extreme as changing the actual gender of the character, but that's what Doctor Who is. I mean. It was well established that the Doctor could become a woman or a man. It's just you never knew what he was going to get.
I only know of 2 Doctor Who's: David Tennant, and then there's the one with the scarf. I don't know who that
Tom
was.
Baker.
That's it, Tom Baker. Yeah, clearly not a Doctor Who fan. Doesn't float my boat. But yeah, that's the 2 Doctors that I'm actually aware of. I'm aware Billy Piper's in it somewhere around there.
I was just watching I was just catching up on a couple episodes last night, and they had a joke in the show, in the beginning of the show, that they were in Scotland, back in the day with the Roman Empire and stuff like that, with the missing Ninth Legion and stuff. And
did you spot me?
No, I couldn't stop laughing because all I could think about was you, and of course being in Scotland. And it's just like they come across the slaughtered Ninth Legion. And now, spoilers here, folks. Okay, they find the Ninth Legion slaughtered, and all on the ground, but they're all extremely decayed and stuff like that. But the doctor says it's devoid of all light. It's like they were just devoid of all sunshine and blah, 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 killed in the darkness, or But basically, he said they're devoid of all sunlight. And then, of course, the male companion for this season, Nardal, he's standing there behind him. He's like, "Oh, death by Scotland."
And that made you think of me.
I was just laughing because,
I feel so touched. I really do. I feel quite special.
I just thought, Ewok would get a kick out of that. Death by Scotland.
It's a special little relationship myself and Gally have. Yeah. Well, thanks for that, mate. Really do appreciate it. Really, really do. Thank you very much for that.
Come on, it's funny.
Yeah, but I don't want to tell you it's funny, because if I tell you it's funny, then you've achieved something. So no, we're not going to go there. Right. I think we're done with Doctor Who. Are you happy that we've done enough Doctor Who? Okay. Because anyone who's not a Doctor Who fan, somebody give him a nudge. Okay, back. Wicked. Okay.
Well, we got an interesting topic for the show today, and I don't want people to think I'm making this dig or I'm upset at Microsoft or anything. It's a general, actual question I have, and it pertains to Microsoft. And it's like, are the Xbox gamers getting screwed? Because as much as I'm not a big VR supporter, they're the only ones left without VR. Now, they say with the new system and stuff like that, that hopefully next year they're going to be coming out with some type of VR. And as long as it's not something as failed as that HoloLens thing that they tried to come up with and tried to be original, that I mean, I haven't heard anything. I haven't really heard anything about HoloLens since then. Whether it actually failed or not, I don't know. Whether they have actually released it to a mass market, I don't know. I stopped looking at it because it wasn't anything I was worried about. But that was what basically Microsoft came out with when everybody else was talking about VR. The PlayStation VR, the Oculus Rift, the Vive from HTC. Now, PC has had the virtual reality sets for a while now when it comes to Oculus and the Vive.
As expected, yeah.
I think there's a couple other low-end units. You even got one for your Samsung Galaxy phones.
You're slipping your phone into a little slot on a plastic thing you stick in your head.
Yeah, it's called cardboard.
Yeah, you can make them yourself. Yeah, there's plenty.
No, the actual program is just called cardboard.
Okay. No, you can't make them yourself. You're going on YouTube. There's plenty of videos. Save yourself the bucks and
build one yourself. Yeah.
Build one yourself. Yes, it's quite easy to do.
Actually, Google has actually made them for their Pixel phones now too. So,
God.
So you can get them with Pixel as well. But anyway, so here's my question: what is the delay when it comes to Xbox? Now, Ewok made an argument that it's probably because the system can't handle it with the Xbox Live, because Xbox Live. Yeah. You can sit there and tell me there's nothing wrong with Xbox Live, but you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, there is. Yes, I do on PlayStation. Gally's pretty much majority kind of crossed over PlayStation. He still does some Xbox. Yeah, my argument is everyone else is releasing VR, and fair enough. If their software is working, their hardware is working, and they've done the trials and they're ready to go to launch, then fine, go to launch. But as everything, just because one company does it, it doesn't mean another company has to do it at the same time. Now, I feel possibly, the way I'm thinking about this, is that they're still testing it and they're not happy with the end result. So, whether it be PlayStation or Sony or Microsoft, they have both been guilty of releasing stuff that isn't ready and falling foul to it. whether it be games or or accessories and stuff. So if they say it's going to take another 6 months, it's going to take another year before we're happy to release it. If I wanted VR, I'd be happy to wait. I'd rather it came out working, it would not be full of bugs and what have you, than spending the hundreds of dollars or hundreds of pounds on it to find out it doesn't work. I mean, one of the main things that's come out with VR is people are buying all these VR headsets for PlayStation, and then but you've then got to buy the little controllers that go with it, right? And it's very, very expensive. Yeah. And then some of the feedback is that graphically, it's not that impressive. Now,
no, the headsets are not graphic. Yeah,
so,
they do not have the resolution.
Yeah, so for me, if I'm going to spend that much money to play a game, when I look at it, it wants to be really good HD quality. Yeah, well. It really, really does. And sometimes some of the games that they are releasing in VR, I mean, obviously we looked at some of the ones that came out on E3, where visually they looked terrible. They might have worked on VR, but they looked absolutely awful. And to release something just for the sake of it being able to operate in VR, I don't think is the way forward.
You're getting off task because I'm talking about games that are already VR.
Yeah.
And now you could say all that want me. VR belongs nowhere but in racing games. I think playing anything but a racing game with VR is just stupid. I don't agree with it.
No, I'll agree with that.
If I'm playing virtual reality and I'm supposed to be moving through an environment, then I need to feel like I'm moving through an environment, not looking at a monitor in front of my eyes, still using a remote control. That does not work. That is not virtual reality to me. That just means I'm wearing my monitor. That's all it is. Racing games is the one where you're meant to be sitting still and you're in a moving car. You can look around. Yeah. That's why racing games are the only games that make sense for me right now at this stage of the game for VR.
Or flight sims.
Or flight sims, exactly. Yeah, flight sims. And games like that.
Is where if they get it right, that will mean,
Okay, well, it already is right. Okay.
That will definitely come into play.
All right, it already is right. Here's my thing that I'm going to throw a spanner in the works for you. Okay?
Okay. I'm prepared.
Xbox is Windows 10.
Yes.
Windows 10 has VR and has had VR for quite a while. Yeah. Why Microsoft, is it not on the Xbox? So no, I'm not done. So shh.
Okay, we go. Go on.
Okay, don't sit there and blow smoke up my ass telling me that you're creating this ecosystem where everything is running on Windows 10, but you can't make everything work with it. Okay, if you're already sitting there with VR and other things on Windows 10 on PC, and you're making your system now PC compatible, whatever, this whole ecosystem where Xbox and PC are this one world and we're running this one operating system, with little differences here and there. But you're going to sit there and tell me that I have the same games as the PC now. Now Xbox and PC have all the exact same games because there's no such thing as Xbox exclusive anymore. You sit there and you're going to tell me, but you can use the VR on this racing game, but you can't use it on this one because it's on the Xbox. No, you are not. That's not how it works. Then it's obviously not the same thing. It's not a good ecosystem. You are still lacking. And just because you put more power in this Xbox One X, which I don't believe is really going to go anywhere, it's just, it's bullshit.
Right, breathe. Right, you've thrown the spanner in. I'm going to attempt to fish it out. I'm not going to be able to get there, but I'm going to get my arm as far down the engine bay as I can to give it a little bit of a fiddle. Okay. Yes, Microsoft are under fire right now, and rightly so, because, like you say, Windows 10, it's operating on Windows 10, and yet it's not operating on the Xbox. The only thoughts I have on this is, have they released it on Windows 10? And then it's out there and people have got it. And then have they realized, it's not operating the way we want it to? So then is it a case that they're going, let's delay the
But this was Xbox. Years ago, Ewok. You're talking years. It's taken that. It doesn't take years to make it work. Right. And especially after you make a big deal of making a deal with Oculus Rift, and now the Oculus Rift Rift
Right, but
comes
let me
with an
finish.
Xbox One controller.
Let me finish. Right, is it a case they're delaying it, right, over quality issues, right? Because obviously we are a confab.
Well, now Oculus is building a lower end model.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said to you before, it's if it's not ready, don't release it. So I'm hoping. Obviously, I don't know. I'm hoping that is the case, that they've released it for the PC brigade and what have you, and they've spotted something, and I'm hoping that's possibly why they haven't released it on the actual console. If that isn't the case, then obviously I think Microsoft, instead of just fobbing everybody off with, "Oh, we've got a new console coming out, yeah. All right, we know about that. Maybe it's time that Microsoft actually responds and step up to the plate and go, right, this is the reason why VR is not available on console," because they haven't actually answered that question directly. They get asked it, and they always kind of just dodge it, and then they start talking about Xbox X. But once that's out, they'll need to find something else to fob off the media in order not to answer that question. So unless they release it with Xbox One X, but
nope. Well,
look at some articles and stuff. They're not. They've not even mentioned the VR for the new consoles coming out.
Here's the thing.
So
all indications are saying that the virtual reality, if they actually are doing it. Okay, now Microsoft, I can't find anything where Microsoft is actually confirming the VR. So whether they are or not, I don't know. I can't definitively say yes or no. This is what my thinking. If they are doing it, it's only going to basically work with the Xbox One X. It's going to be specific to that one. It's not going to work with it. And here's my problem with that. So now you release this third Xbox, which should have been the first Xbox, in my opinion.
You have to donate a kidney to actually pay for it. Yeah.
So now you're asking for $500, 500 pounds for this Xbox One X, and then you're going to expect people to also dump another $400 to $500 on the VR headset for it.
And then you have to pay about another £70 for the games that go with it.
Or $60.
Yeah. Microsoft, they do need to step up. I don't have the answers. You don't have the answers. So it is, yeah. They have to step up. They have to come,
I don't have the answers, but I strongly believe that Microsoft has totally, I don't know, it's just, it's like the Xbox user base is just I don't know, the Cinderella, and I want to use Cinderella as how she's treated by the stepmother. Okay, the two stepsisters, PC and all that other stuff get all the love, and Cinderella gets stuck. Here, go clean the fireplace. Now whether now I'm not saying that it's going to be the ending of the story where now all of a sudden Xbox is going to be this glorious thing. It may, the Xbox One X may be a success. People may actually go buy it now, and it may actually, Xbox may do something, but I don't know. I don't see it. I just don't. I don't see people who have already bought the S sinking the money in for the X. I don't see people leaving PlayStation to go to the X, especially when you're sitting there and you're telling me all the games I could play on Xbox are also on the PC. And I've got a PC. Why do I need to go and buy an Xbox?
See, here's a kind of a question for you, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, tail end of this year, or to the beginning of next year, they announce a VR headset and they release it, and it's, it blows everybody out of the water, right? Absolutely, destroy for as good as or better than Sony's version. Would then that be, would that kind of dumb down all the all the aggro over it, that the fact they've waited and they've released something that works perfectly, or do you think that would be right? You're too late in the game now because Sony's been running it for a year, and I mean, see, I'm kind of swaying towards that kind of thing. If they release it, 6 months, 8 months down the line, and they release it and it works, and it looks good, and it's priced reasonably, I'd be like, you're all right, fair enough. You kept it waiting for a year, but look what you've produced. That's the way I see it, mate. You probably differ on that one.
As far as the games?
No, I'm more about the VR headset itself. You know what I mean? Because they're already producing games that are VR compatible. It's just a case of getting, I suppose, the headset.
Well, here's the thing.
That works properly.
Oculus Rift is probably lacking in sales. Well, I know it's lacking in sales.
It's big and clumpy, though, isn't it?
No, it's not big and clunky. The problem is the price point. Okay, it is behind the Vive and the PlayStation VR as far as being sold, as far as sales, and this is why they're coming out with a lower end model because the Oculus Rift is high end VR right now.
Yeah,
and they're coming with a scaled down model. I heard they're also coming. Whether this will be the same model that's going to be wireless, I don't know. But I did read that they're working on a wireless model, so you're not tethered to anything.
That's something they definitely need to do because, in this day and age, people don't expect wires hanging everywhere. So you've got a big headset on, and wires hanging out of it, and then. Do you know what I find funny about VR is, I don't think. I don't think the human race is ready for it. You go on YouTube, any media on the internet, right, and just look at the amount of people that are falling over using VR. You've got people in front rooms stood next to glass coffee tables, falling over, crashing. The families all, it's so funny, it's so funny. So after the video cuts, obviously they realise he's chopped a main artery or something. Do you know what I mean? And there's the health side of it, reports of nausea, and there's people that are having to go see their doctors and stuff. Severe headaches and migraines. To do the eye relief.
Definitely don't want to use VR if you're epileptic.
Yeah, of the VR, and I think for me it kind of just gone boom VR. You go bang, have it, and whoever can afford it's bought it. And I'm just wondering whether they've actually done enough research for the health side of it. Because you don't really hear people sort of going to the doctors with headaches and, medical conditions for sitting in front of a TV playing a console or whatever.
I know. So, I've said it before. I'll say it again. To me, virtual reality will never be a success until we get to have our own holodeck like the Enterprise. That's when it'll be a success.
Star Trek then. Star Trek. Don't start on Trek. No, please don't start Star Trek.
What do you mean? Don't start on Star Trek?
No, I'm not Trekkie.
Neither am I.
I'm not. I've got friends. The way you are about Doctor Who. I've got a friend of mine, Dave, who has been a Trekkie pretty much his entire life. Was like so goes to all the conventions and stuff, gets dressed up, puts ears on and shit. Mate, you're 40 years old. What are you doing?
He's cosplaying. Leave him alone.
Cosplaying, yeah. So yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't know. So I just don't. To me, like I said, I don't see VR as being a really viable way of playing games to me, other than a racing game, because it yes, I will admit it adds some awesome features to a racing game when you can sit in your simulator and you have the headset on and you can sit there with your steering wheel and you can look around in your car, so that way you can see if somebody's passing you or not, which is one of the things that is not exactly easy to do with a wheel. I mean, you can do it with a controller, but most of us, you don't belong on a controller in a racing sim game. That's for arcade racers like Need for Speed and Forza and Gran Turismo and stuff. But you really, it just adds so much that it would make me consider buying one at a decent price point just to enjoy my racing more.
Do you know what I think would outsell VR? And this is quite a bold statement, right? If they actually release, right, the ways and means where you can run
triple
your
monitors,
Xbox, or your PS4 on triple monitor.
Yeah,
right?
It would.
Because that just changed the sim racing world on PC.
On the console,
you know what I mean? It opens it right up. Now, I'm aware I was in a conversation yesterday, and somebody said something about, there was something that came out for the 360 a while back, triple monitor. I was like, really? I don't remember seeing anything about that. But it's something they need to do. It is. And I mean, I'm not technical, I'm not no wizard, but there must be a way of running triple screen on a console. There has to be a way of doing it. Surely there's got to be a way of doing it. And I can't believe it's that hard to do. It can't be. Like you say, Xbox is running Windows 10. It's the same, the same operating system. So why, or even Sony for that matter, why they haven't, been able to do it is beyond me. Not that I can do anything now. The size of the TV I've got, but I've not got any room for the side monitors. But it'd be good to have. I think it would.
Okay.
You might find a lot of my men going singles to take over there.
I just called that up. I just looked up that whole triple monitor for 360s, and the process of doing triple monitors is the fact that you need 3 Xbox 360s and you need 3 separate copies of the game.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my lord, I didn't realize that. Oh man. Well, that really doesn't work. Yeah, but this okay. This was for the 360. So what about your Xbox One, your PS4? There's got to be. I mean, with the way the system's run, I can't think it's going to use that much more tech to pop it onto 3 monitors.
No,
do you know what I mean?
The problem is that when you run triple monitors on a PC, you have these. You need to have a powerful graphics card. And, some people, you have 2 graphic cards in there. So I don't know the exact process. I'm not a PC gamer. If somebody else is listening and you can explain how it works as far as achieving triple monitor, whether it's done with 1 or multiple, video cards in the PC, feel free to make comment. But the problem is that the consoles just do not have the raw power that some of these PC video cards have. So it's just not possible the way they're made right now. Now, whether Xbox is truly already designing this next Xbox, which they're going to do, which they keep saying they're talking about this modular Xbox, it's the new step to where now you're just going to be able to upgrade pieces of your Xbox instead of the whole thing. Whether they're actually starting to work on that, I don't know, but maybe that would be one to where that would finally come to a console. But again, we should be years away before we even start talking about new consoles. I mean, everybody's sitting there talking about, well, will Sony come out with a new console now? Sony's pretty much response to the Xbox One S is, you know what, we're just going to drop the price on the PS4 Pro.
Do you know, I've just found an article here, and somebody has managed to do a triple screen on Xbox One. I was at the EB Expo in Australia, and they are running 3 Xbox Ones. So obviously it's the same as the 360 way. There's a nice big picture here. And yeah, guy's running. But you know what? What a waste. He's on Forza 6. What a waste. Triple screen, and he's on Forza 6. God, I really hope the guy got the help that he needed, and that he's doing fine. That's all I'm going to say for that guy.
While we're talking about racing games right now, the big news of the past week was the GT Sport, which is a new title for the Gran Turismo series. It is not Gran Turismo 7. So people need to stop thinking that. It is not the next game in the Gran Turismo series. This is something they're doing separate of the Gran Turismo series. Gran Turismo is, just like Forza and all that, it's an arcade sim-like racer. This one, they're trying to make a more of a actual sim racing game, which is why it's chopped down, a lot less tracks, a lot less cars. But the game looks pretty, and we're going to be taking a look at it. And when it releases, you probably watch a broadcast of it as we play it. And it is finally get a release date of October 17th.
I was.
Hopefully, there's a demo of it.
I was quite excited about this. But with Project Cars 2 coming out, I don't know if I am. For some reason, the Gran Turismo Sport seems to be pumping out it's the same information, it's the same videos. There was massive hype about it. All these people on different consoles, and it was going to be worldwide tournaments and stuff. And then it went really, really quiet. I mean, really quiet. And now they went, okay, here's your release date. But all the hype seems to have just completely died down.
It's because people are still waiting to hear, because unfortunately for the people that got tests of it at E3 and stuff, while some of the sounds were improved, there are still cars that weren't sounding great. There's still that unknown force field around your car to where you shouldn't be hitting a car, but you're hitting a car, which is the one thing that's always plagued Gran Turismo.
Is this the thing that I did watch?
And their cameras are sucky too.
Yeah, I did watch a video where the guy was talking about as you're passing another vehicle, you make the slightest contact, that car will then carry on, but then you are literally thrown off the track. And it's something they're trying to they're trying to work out.
No, what it is the actual contact area. Unfortunately, Gran Turismo, the major flaw Gran Turismo always had in its franchise is they didn't have any damage protocols in the game, and because of this, if you got too close to another person's bumper, well, where your car should end, it goes another foot in front, so you're actually hitting the car in front of you before you're actually hitting them, and it was always a bad, I don't know, a bad algorithm, whatever you want to call it, a bad programming, bad code when it came to Gran Turismo. So is the cars always made contact before they should have made contact, and of course there being no damage, it was always, and this is one of the main reasons why Gran Turismo can't be called a sim racer, because it has none of the simulation of crashing, hitting, or rubbing and while you're racing, because you can't really do it. So, and because it was still present in the early gameplay of GT Sport that was released, people have been being concerned. Are we still going to get the same thing? Is it not going to be improved? Is it just going to be more of the same stuff from Gran Turismo? And so it pretty much went quiet, and now this is what we're getting. And of course, we've been promised, yes, there's going to be damage. There's going to be those of course, the cameras are lousy. You don't get any good camera views, and when it comes to people, it's like you don't get a good bonnet view when it comes to Gran Turismo.
I mean, the game looks good. I mean, it renders beautifully. It is a good-looking game, but you can't release a game based purely upon looks. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So I think they need to do a lot more to keep people interested. I mean, obviously the hardcore Gran Turismo groupies, they'll be all over it like a tramp on chips, no doubt. But to go this quiet after making so much noise about it, and they've just released that, the release date, you think they'd be ramping it back up again with some fresh information.
It wasn't really quiet. I mean, there was a lot of videos and a lot of the industry that were making videos about it after E3. So, I mean, it was quiet last month.
I expect, yeah. you always expect loads after E3. Everyone takes the same footage and just puts their own report to it, I suppose, if you like.
No, it's actual video of them all playing the game at E3.
We'll talk about racing games. Formula 1 2017 closed beta is running right now. When I ran on 2016 version, which was my first Formula 1 game, I'd signed up to the beta for the next one. Didn't realise I'd done it. So I got an invite through, downloaded it. Now, yes, it's a closed beta. Because of licensing, they are having to use old overlays from the 2016 game until obviously all the licenses sorted and the graphics. Now, yes, it's a closed beta. It is nowhere near a finished game. I understand that. I totally understand that. But for some reason, the only thing you can do on the closed beta is you jump on, you race, right, and it just cycles through all the tracks, okay. But every other car on track is ghosted. Every other car is ghosted. So you're essentially just running around track. You don't have to avoid anybody. It doesn't give you any penalties for cutting corners. It's literally like, I don't know, just being let loose on a track with no consequences. And as a closed beta, I don't really get that. That seems a bit pointless to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Formula 1 game is what it is. It's very technical, and it is all about the seconds, and the hundreds and the thousands of seconds. So you have to be accurate in what you're doing, and that's why I got rid of the 2016. It was too much for me. Worrying about a 1,000th of a second. No, bollocks to that. But for a closed beta to be so limited, I mean, you can't change any of your settings. Basically, you go on, load in, get put in a lobby, and every other contract's ghosted.
Sounds more like an alpha, not a beta.
No, it's closed beta, mate. It's running now. I was actually going to post a video up, then I remember that actually, when you sign up to it, that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, you can't do that in betas.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. So yeah, I understand the licensing thing, but as an experience, I spent, I think, half an hour on it, and I haven't gone back to it because it wasn't. I mean, it seems to handle nicely. The in-cockpit view seems to handle better than it did in the 2016 version, and that's at the closed beta stage. So unless they screw it up, but yeah, it's closed beta. I think it was a bit of a waste of my time.
Okay.
But I thought I'd just throw it in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So, is there anything else we need to discuss today?
I think we've got through quite a lot. We've got through Microsoft VR. We've got through Doctor Who, Star Trek, Formula 1. I think that's about it. We've got through quite a few things. Well, we'll have to do some research this week, and make it nice and juicy for next week's one. Obviously, when E3 was about, there was plenty to talk about. And I have heard rumours down the grapevine that E4 is in the works. I've heard. Yeah. Local guy down the corner told me.
Oh, no, there other piece of news for PlayStation gamers. Actually, no, it's Xbox also. For those.
You sound so disappointed.
Well, it was something that was normal. It's a big deal for PlayStation gamers because they don't get this opportunity because they don't have EA access. But with EA access, you always get that 10-hour free trial with EA games. So
sometimes 1 hour is enough.
Yeah, sometimes. But with all the new patches and updates, EA and BioWare are trying to give people another look at the Mass Effect Andromeda. So now, Mass Effect Andromeda is available on both PlayStation and Xbox. I don't know whether it's PC. I didn't see it mentioned. But it is available for a free 10-hour trial. So, and the clincher, well, not the clincher, but the big thing is, though, is with the 10-hour trial, what you get if you decide you want to purchase the game afterwards, all of your gameplay that you have already completed in a 10-hour trial will carry over, so you can just continue on to where you were instead of starting it all over again, and so forth. But if you're interested in actually seeing what all the hubbubaloo was about when it came to what was going on with Mass Effect Andromeda, see whether anything has improved with it, it's free. To me, I love the game. People are saying, the story sucks, the graphics are horrible. No, the graphics are absolutely beautiful. Yes, some of the cutscenes, they weren't exactly perfect, but guess what? You know what? Horizon Zero Dawn. Geez, I'm having trouble talking today.
You are a tongue transplant.
I don't know, but Horizon Zero Dawn.
There we go.
Is the best game of the year right now, in my opinion, and even that has trouble with some of the cutscenes when it comes to limp syncing and all that stuff. So we'll see.
I think some of the cutscenes are a bit stale.
Yeah. So
people just stand there face to face, not moving.
Anyway, if you want to give it a try, feel free. It's going to cost you nothing, and if you do enjoy it, then I think you're in for a game, because it's a good game, because it's good for a lot of hours of gameplay, and we just want to make sure that the Mass Effect franchise doesn't go away. Even though, yes, we got Anthem coming out next year, which I am very much looking forward to. We just I don't know. I'm hoping whatever happened with this whole Andromeda thing, the whole drama with Andromeda, didn't hurt. I hope it didn't hurt the franchise, and I hope we can continue getting Mass Effect, because I love the franchise.
You talked about EE Access. If you don't, some people might know what this is. I came across it by accident. EE Access, it costs you $4.99 a month.
Or $30 a year.
Or $30 a year, and allows you to play any EA game that's out there that they've uploaded to their vault.
Well, that's as long as it's in the vault. If it's in the vault, it's free. Yeah. It's a free game. Free. If it's a brand new game, you either get the 10-hour free trial play, and if you decide to buy it, you get a 10% discount on the purchase price if it's digital.
In the PlayStation Plus, again, very similar to Xbox Gold. You can't shun away from these. You can, some people got, sometimes look at them. You can get some amazing deals, whether it be PlayStation Plus or Xbox Gold. You can get some right good cracking deals. Even, like PlayStation, a massive sale on 60%, 70% off, various games. And I think some of the free games you get on PS are all right. But I think you get better free games on Xbox. That little horror one I downloaded the other night, I haven't played it again.
Until Dawn? Oh, Until Dawn. What a fantastic game.
Do you know what? The one thing I'm liking...
I tell you what, folks, if Ewok comes on the broadcast and starts talking about games he doesn't like, that means you need to go play it, because that probably means it's a good game.
No. I enjoyed the game. I only have one criticism, is that some of the camera angles are fucking terrible. Terrible. You can't see where you're going. But apart from that, I enjoyed it. I haven't played it again. I need to get back on it. You got to play in the dark. Scare yourself. It's not as quite good. Quite eerie. What's he scare yourself? Create the atmosphere.
Yeah. If you like the horror genre, you definitely got to try Until Dawn on the PlayStation 4. It is a very good game, and it is free. I don't know. Did you hear about earlier today on Amazon with the whole Xbox Live 12-month membership?
No. What happened at Amazon? Was it a good?
I guess earlier, somehow the system glitched, and they were selling the 1-year subscription for $24.
Oops. Oops.
I think there was a big run on it, and all of a sudden, I think Amazon caught it on, because the Xbox Live 1-year subscription is currently unavailable. They caught it.
I wonder if that's deliberate. Think about it, right? You do that.
You wonder.
Word gets around, right? You do it, and you go, right, well, what we'll do is we'll make so many available, right? And then everybody rushes to Amazon once word gets around, and even though that's not available, they're there on the so that they're potential shoppers, aren't they? I wouldn't put it past that being kind of a sneaky little PR thing. It would work. Yeah, man.
Well, people were saying that they supposedly got it, and whether it was a digital one or not, I don't know. As far as I know, Amazon doesn't email you the codes. I think they actually mail you the card. So whether they were actually successful on making the purchase, because with Amazon you don't get charged for it or anything until they ship it to you, so they can cancel the purchases anytime they want and say, hey, you know what, this was a screw up, here's your money back.
You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Absolutely gutted. Mm-hmm. Do you know one thing I haven't seen for ages? You own this. Every now and again, you'd always got a mate going, has anybody got a code?
Oh, God.
Because they run their Xbox Live, their account, on the free bits of pay, the free, 5-day, 3-day thing. And like, no, you don't get them anymore, do you? Really?
Well, no, I don't get them because they're not on PlayStation.
Yeah, people have a 24-hour pass that they would get in the back of a game, and then they go scrounging all their mates. Has anybody got a code? Everybody got a code? I can't get on Xbox Live. I haven't seen that for a while. I kind of popped into my head there.
It's just so ridiculous.
I don't know. It was even if you didn't have a lot. I don't know if you can now because I do it annually. You used to be able to do it per day. I don't know if that's still available. Actually, I might have a look at that. You should be able to buy Xbox Live per day or per week.
And this is the part that cracks me up. Okay, you don't have a code or anything like that to get online. Then what are you doing gaming with online games? If you can't afford to buy the subscription, why are you there?
But 9 out of 10 games these days are online, aren't they? Probably every game's bloody online. But no, I do get what you're saying. It's similar to it's like you get people who have a really, really, really bad connection, and they're the ones that will try and say host a game or something, and then a racing game, for example. Right, somebody drops out of a racing game, and you're on that corner. You're like, wow, I'm going to get first here. I'm going to get first. It's going to get past second. I've got the line. Notification comes up. Johnny wants an invite. You're like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But you can only work with what you've got. I have Galley, so you can understand my frustrations.
This is why PlayStation is so great, because even if you do get notifications, it's not right there in the middle of the goddamn screen.
Yeah, no, yeah, they've got that right there. I see, and you go on the forums and stuff. There's people that talk about why can't you customize where your notification comes up, and why can't you customize the size of it?
Yeah,
and that's a simple fix. They've managed to completely bollocks up the UI on Xbox One.
Oh, yeah.
It was fine as it was, the latest update. Now you're kind of going back on yourself to get into something. If they can do that, they can change the notification.
What I can't stand is they've added an extra step in getting back to the home screen.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
So it used to go left, down, click. Now you go left, down, right, left, click.
I liked it better when it was just hit the Xbox button and you go back to the home screen.
Oh, man.
It's like, why are you making it more complicated to get back to the home screen?
The thing was, that last update, there's a couple of lads went, no, I've not done it. No, you have to do it. No, I'll wait. And then all of a sudden, you'd be in the middle of a race and it's like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. What? Oh, my Xbox is updating. Right in the middle of a race. Have your Xbox set to automatic. That way you don't miss them out.
But here, another thing, and here's where PlayStation has kept it right. You hit the PS button, you go back to the home screen, you do what you got to do, and then you go back to the game. Well, yes, you can do that on Xbox, unless now if you start a game on PlayStation, it's going to end the other game and start the new game. But if you go into, say, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Video, all that stuff, and you want to watch a TV show for a little bit, what PlayStation does is it suspends the game that you're currently playing. You go watch whatever, then you want to go back to that game, brings you right back to where you were.
Yeah, it's like just hitting pause. It's like a live pause.
So Xbox, now here's with Xbox. Now Xbox has all these extra steps to get to the home screen now. But if you start Netflix or any of those, it totally closes out your game and you have to reboot up the whole game all over again. It won't keep the game running in the background. So it's like, what are you doing, Microsoft?
So one button I do like on the PlayStation controller, and that's the share button. Hold it, you've recorded a video, tap it, you've recorded a screenshot.
Yep.
If you don't have Connect for your Xbox, then obviously you got to go do the whole hold the button down, boom, yeah.
Directly broadcasting to YouTube, all that. Now with Xbox, you got to do Twitch or Mixer or Beam, whatever one these are, and then you got to
Beam. Mixer is Beam. The redone. Yeah, the redone. I don't know why. I need to look at that. I don't know why they've done it. But they just re-released it.
I like the PlayStation just being able to broadcast right to the YouTube channel.
It is good. And obviously, unless there's music on the game.
Well, not as long as it's music that was made for the game. It's in game. It's it's part of the game. But when you're sitting there and you're playing a game, and all of a sudden you start hearing, play that funky music, white boy.
You're gonna run to Broadcast Mafia 3, but I really, really love the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. But
the soundtrack is fantastic.
And it's fine. You can do it as long as you don't. You're going to get copyright things. If you do it with a site that's not monetized, you'll be fine, because then all they're going to do is either they're going to make the monetization on your video for you or whatnot. But I mean, it's one thing if you're a non-monetized YouTube channel. But when you're a monetized YouTube channel, you end up getting copyright claims and all this stuff. So if you're trying to make revenue on it, you're going to lose the revenue. And then if you have multiple songs, you're going to have all of these different companies fighting over it. And YouTube's probably just going to take down your channel because you can't have all these different people earning money off your video.
Or Gally could switch off that setting, and we can just upload whatever we want. There's always that. Because Gally's minted. He doesn't need your money. He really doesn't.
I'm broke. I don't know where you're getting that.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. But there you go. So, anything else you'd like to entertain?
No, I'm pretty much done for this week. Like I said, there was not a lot going on this week.
No.
And like I said, we don't want to, and we're not going to sit here and try and make up stories and tell you lies or repeat rumors and all this other stuff. So, which you can always find online. You can always find that stuff.
You can find them in other communities, but not in this one.
No.
Yeah. So
if we've got nothing viable to tell you, we're not going to tell you. We'll tell you it's out there that people are saying this, but we're not going to give it any merit. Unless I can prove something's real or debunk something as rumor, I'm not going to go into detail on it.
Okay. Is that the final word from Gally today, is it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is it the final word? Right, troops, thank you for tuning in for another episode of this little podcast. I am DirtyWork75. He is Gallifrey Madman, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Hasta la vista.